Are you ready? Oh, gosh. I wish it was that easy. Oh. Moving here in Canada is something I wanted to do for the last decade. Living in my country is not a problem for me. I see it more as a challenge for the better than something bad. And you know, I might be wrong because it's a big change from the language to the food. I'm really going to miss the food because France is really the best country in the world in terms of food, but I might be wrong. Maybe I'm going to dislike the different seasons, especially winter and the snow. I have to buy some mats and everything so I can keep making those YouTube videos. In this episode, I want to focus on the move in Canada because that was such a big move, like I can tell. For the last 5 years we've been living in France, and the original plan was not to stay in France forever but to move in Canada. January 2022 we were still waiting for a number to include in our application, but turns out that we've discovered that a tourist visa in Canada lasts for 6 months, which is giving me a lot of time to process all those papers. So all the lights turned green and we started to move everything, and this is when I started to record as much as I can. And I forgot to mention that we've planned to move within 3 months of time. So we needed to sell everything as fast as possible, and I have to say that we got lucky. Before jumping into chapter 2, I want to give you some tips and mistakes that we made, actually that I made, so you don't make the same if you are moving to another country. Don't sell your couch too soon, because I sold the couch within 24 hours. So we spent a month and a half on an inflatable mattress, which is not comfy, takes all the dust, and when you have a dog, you guessed it, you have all the hair onto it. The second mistake is keep your Wi-Fi on until the last minute, because I turned it off and I thought we were going to use our phone data plan so we could like maybe save some money. Turned out we didn't have enough data, so we had to buy more data. Anyway, keep your couch and enjoy your Wi-Fi on your couch until the last minute, because you're not going to save money and it's not going to be comfy if you do the same mistake that I made. Being an international couple is not something easy because Canada and France, you have an ocean in between, so you have to choose. You can't be in Canada and in France at the same time. And so we did choose Canada, so we spent some quality time with the French family and said goodbye to them and to the friends as well. And this is the saddest part of it. In general, when you have to choose and we have to say goodbye for the longest period of time because you don't know when you're gonna see them again, well, you have to know that all the oldest people, maybe you're gonna say goodbye forever. And for example, my grandma, she's really old and I was really sad to quit France because of her. She is the oldest one in my family, but you have to choose because at some point you have someone that's going to pass away in Canada or maybe in France. So it's sad, but it's life. Let's talk about something else. At the very end, for the last 3 days, I sold the car and we rented a big SUV because this is something we needed to carry all the suitcases to the airport, and I'm going to get into it really soon. But we had so much fun. Like, it was an automatic SUV with a big engine and we went into the mountain. So I was like, well, let's try to do something with this car and create a fun video. jumping into chapter 3 and some fun anecdotes that we had during this trip, I want to give you some time to click on the like button because it really supports the channel. And if you want to subscribe and don't miss this filmmaking journey that's going to start in Canada, well, subscribe and ring the bell. Okay, this is the day, and this is going to be a long day of traveling. There's a dog, a baby, and 250 kilos of luggage. So it's gonna be fun. We had like 3 times 23 kilos suitcases, 2 times 35 kilograms board bags, which are like the big giant bags. We had the dog cage, the dog, the baby, the car seat for the baby because you have to, you know, take a car from like Toronto to somewhere. And we had like 2 camera bags at 11 kilos and 2 other carry-ons. So this is a lot of luggage, but this is a big move. Let's fix that exposure. I want to show you the house. I want to get over here because it's way too hot. There's a storm coming. And I also want you to show you that this is a garden that Lena's sister is making. The hardest part in Canada, you can have fresh food, so you need to make a garden if you have the possibility to do it. So let me show you this. So here we are in Marseille airport in France, and we are doing all the custom things, putting all the jewelries, cameras, lenses, computers, iPads, everything is on the aisle. So we have a lot of stuff accessible to everyone, plus we are taking the whole aisle. Suddenly you have this man, he's like going to the security guy and asking, okay, I'm going to miss my flight, can I go ahead and then do that? And so he was like, okay, let's do it, just go ahead, because I know what's the feeling, like missing a flight is really, really bad. Happened to me, so yes, do it. But he's not alone. He has like 5 brothers and cousins, and so there are 6. They are not one. This is not one person. This is 6. So we have like this huge gap in between me and Shelena, which is even more stressful. If you're at security and you have this kind of situation happening to you, just remember that and say no.
So we made it to Frankfurt. I'm actually only talking to you guys because Max stole my phone and my baby. I was walking him around somewhere, so I have nothing to do but talk to you guys. We're just hoping that Marley is having a really, really long nap and that he's okay on the other side.
Have you ever shot in manual focus and forgot to turn it back on autofocus and realize that like just after? Because it's what happened to me, and if it did happen to you, and I'm sure it did happen, just drop a comment with MF in your comments. So we were in Frankfurt airport, did all the boarding passes checked. So we were in this giant room and we were called by the crew members. We are not business class, but we are family, so we can go into the airports before everyone. We just had the time to stand up, and this humongous amount of people are like running to the gates, and like, how is that possible? How many families are in this airplane? Like, it's, and you can see some children, but it was pretty hard, pretty intense to get to the gate. Some people helped us to have a way to get into the gate and to have more access to it. And the cabin crew had some trouble because, in fact, they were calling families, but because they were immigrants, and we learned that after, there were like uncles, cousins, and all the family related to the children. We were like pushing to the gate. Pretty bad experience. They are not used to travel, don't feel safe, they want to be safe, so I completely understand. Let's jump into anecdotes. No, chapter 4. Here we are. Let's go. Welcome in chapter 4. Welcome in Canada. Welcome in Toronto Pearson. And thank you to Brandon. Brandon is the man that helped us to put our luggage from the luggage part to the car. Huge help. Thank you very much. And I hope you're enjoying your new DJI Mavic Mini Pro. Welcome in season 2. That's going to start in the next episode. And welcome in Canada, because I've learned how to make video in France, made my business around video, and now I have to start everything over, and it's going to be fun. So don't forget to subscribe and like. You have all the socials here and down below if you want to check. And I see you in the next season. Yeah? Thank you for watching. Bye.